So as you read that, you say, do you have a list? Do you have a list, but you're not making sales? Okay, you can get rid of that comma there.
Oh, okay.
The but is a pause enough. People hit the comma and then stop reading. They'll kind of pause right there, and they may not get the full impact of the sentence.
Okay, understood.
Okay, now, we know that we're qualifying them with that. The question pulls the reader into the text of what you want to write. Okay, so we're going to say, do you have a list, but you're not making sales? Well, you're in for a treat. You could say something like, you're in for a treat. You want to keep the short paragraphs. You want to keep the sentences short. You want to use phrases instead of long run-on sentences.
Okay. Period or exclamation mark?
Let's leave the exclamation points out.
Okay.
Because normally when people start seeing too many exclamation points in your copy, they immediately think it's hype.
Okay.
You know, like you're hyping something. You use too many You can tell online inexperienced and amateurish copy by the number of exclamation points they use on their web page.
Okay.
Okay. Now, your is actually you are.
That's right. You are E.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a habit of doing that.
That's okay. It's a common habit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you're in for a treat. And okay, now we're gonna double space it again.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean and. You got a double space after treat.
Okay. There we
Take
go.
and out of there. There you go. Okay. Now we've baited the hook, so to speak.
Okay.
Do you have a list, but you're not making sales? Okay. Lead-in question. We've baited the hook. You're in for a treat. Okay. Now we've baited the hook so that people are interested. What's he talking about? Now they're asking the question of themselves. What is he talking about? Okay. Double space there.
You mean I need to go...
Enter. Hit enter a couple times.
Okay.
There you go. Get down to the next line. Okay. Now. Okay. The idea, we're going to lead in now to the sales pitch, although we're not going to make it sound too much like a sales pitch. We're going to try to make it sound, I mean, people are extremely sensitive about being marketed to. They don't want to feel pressured in any way. They don't want to feel like they're being sold either. So in order to effectively sell on the Internet, you really need to you have to take the attitude, and you have to present that attitude in your communication that you're just being helpful.
Okay.
You're trying to help someone. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so conceptualize how this video is going to help someone on your list to create and craft sales letters for their list. And you have to think of a concept to use in order to present this information to your list, and that's what we're going to put in this next sentence.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is where you're going to do some work.
Okay.
You got to think a little bit about just the concept, not the actual words that you're going to craft in the newsletter, but the concept that you're going to use.
Okay.
What do you think would be a good approach?
It's almost like I'm wanting to ask, I have this, I want to ask another question, but I'm thinking, should I ask another question or should I start making the statement? You're in for a treat. I'm just thinking, how I could say, when's the last time you've actually seen or had somebody take you by the hand, or you've watched a tutorial where somebody will actually show you from scratch how to compose, how to use the techniques that you're showing me here, to like you said, conceptualize and develop a sales copy email that's going to get results. So that way you could start making sales to the list that you have.
That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That's the approach. You know, does anybody ever have a chance to get one-on-one help by looking over your shoulder like I'm actually right there with you?
Yes.
And it is. I'm actually right there watching you type and talking to you and helping you craft this letter. Okay? So that's exactly the approach you want to take. All right, why don't you get started and just write maybe 3 sentences on that.
Okay.
Then we'll go back and take a look at it.
Okay, all right. You're in for a treat. So I'm starting to ask a question again.
That's fine.
Okay. What I'll do is
you don't have to correct your typing as you go. Just type out. Think of the main concept that you want to get across, the thing that you want to communicate to your readers. Then you can go back and correct your spelling. Don't worry about your spelling right now. Take you by the hand maybe and show you how it's done. Something like that. I wasn't going to help you, but I thought I'd just throw it in.
That's okay.
Okay, why don't you stop right there and go back and go ahead and correct the spelling. Now you're asking another question, which is fine, but you're actually you're taking it one step at a time. Okay. The problem is that most people will just they'll start out with a question like this rather than lead into it. And what you've done is lead into it, so that's fine. Do you have a list, but you're not making sales? You're in for a treat. Have you ever had the opportunity to have? Okay, so this sentence though is a little bit too long. We're going to have to shorten it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Even for the third paragraph, people like to keep it short. We may even have to. Split it up into 2 sentences.
How about if I go like this? What if you could
What if is a great question. Yeah, that's terrific. All right. What if you had the opportunity? We want to conserve as many words as possible. We want to keep the sentences short. We want to use words conservatively.
Okay.
What if you had the opportunity?
Exactly. What if you had the opportunity? Okay.
To see how a professional email sales copy is written, or how professional email sales copy is written. Okay, now we're going to take all of that out. No, don't take all of that out yet, because we can use the take by the hand and show you how it's done. But let's say, what if you had the opportunity to see how professional email sales copy is written? Firsthand. That's great. Take out the one though and replace it with the word. I think the eye does not pick up numbers very well, like it will with words. Yeah, that's better. Normally, when you're putting numbers into your copy, it will not. It's harder for the eye to pick it up and to read it.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay, now let's go down to the next paragraph there that we left as an orphan.
Okay.